morning from a cold, foggy Syndicate lake. Uneventful night. I had no beeps. There's been a lot of fish moving around, boshing all on the far side. Can't move swims because this lake, you book your swim up, you book into the cabin or wherever you're going to fish, and you then stay there through the period you're here, because obviously other people come in, other people move into the swims. We just ran the deeper around on Tony's bait boat. All the fish are in the middle bowl. You know, there's a massive shoal of fish, and they're all hugged up in that middle bowl, which is about 30 foot of water. There's a couple of fish to the left-hand side in the margins. We ran it over. We're showing fish. I mean, I don't know how honest they are with that. I mean, the fish in the middle, yes, you can see because they're stacked at other layers, but is that weed over there signifying a fish? Who knows? But I'm going to have a change of plans in a little while. It's 8 o'clock in the morning now. There is fish boshing. There's no movement close in. Obviously, I'm fishing the bags fairly close in. So I'm thinking I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to get a hopper full of krill pellet, stick a bag on top, go it up, drop that in the middle, leave that there, sit on that in the 30 foot of water. And I am going to plonk one to the left-hand side in the margins. There's like a load of died back rushes or rushes that are growing up, starting to come back. I'm going to plonk one down there near them. I was looking at that this morning anyway, because I swear I saw some bubbles coming up down there. I walked around, couldn't see any sign of them, but when I was standing here, it looked, you could see them on the surface, and then they'd pop, 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 pop for a little while. So I'm assuming they're feeding down there in the mornings as well. We got today and tonight. Not sure how hot the weather's going to be. It's foggy and it's cold at the minute. I'll show you the lake in a little while. Obviously, when we put the deeper out, I'll show you what we do with that. But yeah, I'm going to cook some bacon in a minute. Tony's up and about. He's doing himself some coffee. Change of tactics. Get these fish. I really need to know. Well, I really want to nick a fish out of here today. And if it involves going super deep, fishing down there, then, you know, gonna have to do it. Might have to double bag, stick another bag over the bag I've got on, because dropping through 10 meters of water, I'm pretty sure that bag would start to dissolve by the time it hit the bottom. But yeah, all in all, still very confident. Just want to have some food now, get some bacon on the go, and get this second day at the new Syndicate on the rip. New tactics, or new areas to fish, and let's see if we can nick a bite. Okay? See you in a little while. So we're going for something a little bit different now. Like I said, we've got the deeper, we've got the bait boat on here, in there. Got a solid bag with a load of pellets, load of sauce on there as well. And we're going to stick that out in the middle of the lake. Tony's going to do his business with the bait boat, because it is his bait boat, and I'm just going to stand there and hold the rod. So yeah, this is how we do it. So hopefully that'll work. Right, so what do I have to do, mate? Just take the bail arm off?
Yeah. I can't be with this right now. So this one's going to be your right hand rod?
Yeah, right hand rod, mate. Put it out in the bowly area. Right, so I'll just literally let the... Yeah, so I got my thing...
Well, just don't worry about the thing. Just take it off, but just let the slack off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So obviously that just takes it itself, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but I'd rather keep it a little bit tight. There we go.
So you want to go out there, yeah?
Yeah, keep going.
Well, just tell us when you want it to drop. I'll drop. Whenever you want me to drop.
Keep going. Don't want to be on the slope. I want to be on as soon as it flattens off.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to be
right in the middle, isn't it?
I want to be at the bottom of the slope where they'll be running along feeding, because that slope will just be a pointless place to fish. Keep going. Keep going. That's where they were rolling earlier. And starts to shallow off a little bit there. Keep going. A la bosh.
There.
Yep.
There we go, look. Fucking straight on it, look. There are little fish on there already, look.
Showing that's where the shoal is, mate. The shoal are hanging at that bottom of that slope. Yep.
Mate, I reckon you're in for a winner there, mate. 100%. Look, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Mate,
7,
that's where the shoal is. That is the main shoal. Don't get me wrong. It's like fishing in Norway with the perks, this is.
Is it?
Yeah, feeling the lead going down. Right, fuck, absolutely amazing. Sink the line. There's probably a lot of line to sink. Allez, Bosch. There we go. Meet in the middle with the line mates. Boom shakalaka. That's where they are, unfortunately.
Yeah, you saw what I mean about the walkie-talkies?
Yeah, I know. The receiver goes mental.
Grab that one.
Hang on.
Oh,
Don't do that. You're gonna destroy it. That's more like it. I do want it fairly tight. Right, next one, sweetheart. Right, we're just going to put the left-hand margin rod out. We'll leave that one where it is. I don't want to film putting that one out as well, but that's just us using the bait boat. Tony's bait boat. Might have to invest in one myself, to be honest with you. I've never been a great believer in bait boats, but after seeing this lake and seeing how good they are with a deeper pro, it's starting to switch my mind. You've got to move with the times, ain't you? Anyway, Lebosh. Right, and that is both rods back out on the money. Like I say, never normally a fan of bait boats, but on a lake like this, with not many features, it just drops straight off down into a big bowl from fairly close in. There's a lot of slopes, a couple of little flat areas on the way down, which, you know, I'd expect the fish to be feeding on those little plateaus. And also at the bottom of the bowl, there's a lot of fish congregated. You know, we found them on the deeper pro. It seems to be where the main shoal are holding up a fish in this lake. So rather than going old school tactics, just had to put it where they were, because at the end of the day, I'm here to catch a fish. And I'm hoping that right-hand rod may produce 30 foot of water. Not that deep, don't get me wrong, 10 meters. But, you know, if I get a fish, it'll be quite a nice little scrap, especially if it's 30, getting it up from that depth. And the left-hand rod, it sort of drops off a little bit, plateaus off, and then really drops straight off. And I've got it on that plateau just before it drops straight off, because, you know, I'm sure the fish, if they do come up and they do patrol the margins, that is the type of area they will be feeding on. All good. Happy days. Confidence is high again. You know, yesterday confidence was high in my own tactics, but now I've used the bait boat. Yes. Is it watercraft? Is it not watercraft? In a way it is, because you're finding features and you're fishing to the features, but you're not finding them off your own accord. You're using technology to find them. But, you know, technology advances. And in my eyes, as technology advances, then we should go with it. So, yeah, all good. I'm going to cook some bacon in a minute. I'm going to kick back and chill. And let's hope the next 24 hours produces at least one fish in the net. Happy days. So, it's now about 1:30 on the second day of the 48 hours. And today has been a different story on the lake. We've not seen any shows, we've not seen any movement. There's been nothing rolling. The wind is cutting across from left to right. And it's looking pretty dead. Don't get me wrong. We know the fish are there. We know the fish are obviously where we put our rigs, because we've used the deeper and we found them and we dropped them on top of the deeper. But at the minute, they don't seem to be feeding. Might come on the feed this afternoon. I'm going to sit it out where I am. I had some of the Parker Baits flat spot on the left-hand side bait that I dumped down there. And a little while ago, I was sitting here and there was a big cloud come up in the water. The water completely flattened off, which normally shows that there are fish feeding around down there. But obviously nothing took the rig. So it could be a sign they're feeding. It could have been like maybe there's rudd or roach in here. They could have been rubbing around within the pellets. But apart from that, not a lot. And like I say, we still got tonight though. I mean, you never give up, do you? At the end of the day, we still got tonight. We still got this afternoon. See what happens. I'm in two minds, like I was saying in the earlier videos. I do like to leave my rigs out, but I am in two minds as to whether tonight just to go all out, knock up a really sloppy mix this afternoon, you know, really glug it up, just so, because I'm fishing the deeper water, just so it soaks in, and when it gets to the bottom, it's not losing all the attractant as it sinks to the bottom. Because if you just spray it on top, by the time it's gone down, you know, it's fallen through the water for 30 foot, it's going to have lost quite a lot of the attraction. So I might glug some up in a little while and give it a couple of hours of really soaking in. And then tonight I might leave the left-hand rod where it is, because, you know, it was dumped in fairly shallow water. I'm confident in that, but the further out rod, I may well put a fairly decent amount of mix out there. Put a bag in with it, put the hook in a bag, knock a solid bag, put the bag in. You know, I like doing that when I'm in deeper water, because yes, it sinks to the bottom, and when it hits the bottom, you've still got a bag, you know, you've still got all that bait together. Because if you have got a bit of undertow and you're dropping bait from a bait boat in deep water, some of that bait slowly may move off as it goes through the water. You know, in a bag, it's straight down, straight on the bottom buff, and then it dissolves, obviously, and then you have a nice little parcel of bait. We'll see what goes on this afternoon. Constantly thinking, constantly, you know, pondering what to do, what to change. But we'll get there, and I'm pretty certain we will see a fish by the end of this. You know, I am still confident that either me or Tony will get one. But to give you a quick view of the lake, you can see it is still absolutely beautiful. What a beautiful day. You know, it really is. You know, and I've got my other bait just down there, just in that sort of corner area around there. And the other one smack bang out in the middle over there. So yeah, we'll see. Obviously, I'll come back to you in a little while, let you know what's going on, see if we can get a fish out. If not, it'll be more camping and more food videos. So let's crack on. Let's see what happens. Sorry I haven't been able to do many more reports this afternoon. Not a lot's happened, to be honest with you. It's now about 5:30 on the final day. We're now going into the final night. Bailiffs turned up, two of them, and they wanted to put a system in to get some water out of the lake. So me and Tony offered our help. We've been doing that for about the past 2.5 hours. So we haven't really been doing much at all. Been no shows or nothing like that. The rods are out on the spots. So all we can do, the final night, kick back and relax. But after doing all that, got myself a well-deserved cup of tea and made myself some dinner, sweet and sour chicken. I'm now going to kick back, eat this, relax, and get ready for this final night on the Syndicate. The first 48 hours here, the final night. See if we can nick a bite. I'm still confident. The wind's dropped. It still looks good for a bite. Even though we've seen no fish on the surface, it does look good. You know, there's been no shows, but I'm pretty certain they'll be feeding tonight. Anyway, I'm going to tuck into this. I'll come back to you a little bit later. It's 8 o'clock now on the final night. We've got the night ahead of us. The temperature has absolutely plummeted. You can see that. It's got down. I think it's dropping down to about 6 degrees. I think last night it was about 10. Tonight it's 6. There's no clouds in the sky. There's no cloud cover at all. It is just cold. Cold, cold, cold. Yeah. Rods is obviously still on the spots, the same spots as before. Bait's out there. You know, I'm just hoping and praying that something comes along. I'm still confident. I'm always confident right until the very end. I am confident that a fish is going to find those little piles of bait. It's going to hit it. alarms will be screaming. I'll get woken up like, what's going on? Bam. But if it don't happen, then, you know, is what it is. First time on a syndicate, you know, you can't crack everything the first time. But I say I'm still confident. Let's just see how Tony's getting on. Tony, how's it going, buddy?
Quiet on my front. How about yours?
Yeah, still quiet, mate. Ain't even had a beep or nothing like that yet.
Well, you know, I've got a little bit of hope, but that fucking faded very quickly.
Yeah, nah, stay confident, mate. Stay confident. I'm pretty sure during the night we're going to have one between us.
Yeah, I hope so, but
It's the final night on here, mate. We've still got like one last little push. Let's see if we can get one between us, yeah?
well, you know, the lake's very quiet, isn't it?
Yeah, I've not heard any boshing or anything tonight, mate, which is a little bit strange considering last night it was active.
Yeah, but let's just turn that into a positive because they're not on the top and they might be on the bottom instead.
Yeah, they might be roaming around, mate, hunting out the food. You never know. But yeah, anyway, I'll probably get in the sack in a minute, mate. So it's a good night from me.
It's a good night for me too.
All right, sweetheart. I'll speak to you in the morning.
Yeah, what time are you getting up roughly?
Probably about 6ish.
Yeah, so I'll set mine up bang on 6 then.
All right, dude. All right. See, well, yeah, basically, if I get a fish, mate, I'll be messaging you through in the night.
Yeah, same here, but
All right, night. And that is the end of the final day in tonight before I get in the sack. I'm cold. It's absolutely freezing. My sleeping bag's calling me. I've got YouTube videos to watch. So I'm going to now go and chill out. Hopefully, the next scene you see will be another nighttime shot of me in front of the cradle, looking all flustered, getting ready to hold a fish up to the camera. If not, I'll speak to you in the morning before we leave. And yeah, just let you know my thoughts on this 48 hours on the new Syndicate. Bosh. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm finishing this video off at home. I did a really nice finishing piece on the video, you know, signed out, gave you all the spiel of what had happened, and I didn't actually press record. My bad, half asleep in the morning, but as you can probably guess, didn't get any fish. But there was a lot learned, which in my eyes is a massive, massive step forward for that water. Next time I go, I'm going to try a whole new different way of fishing it, which I think will produce. I should be there in a few weeks. So part 2 of the, well, volume 2 of the Syndicate sessions will be out on the channel soon. So keep an eye out for that. If you like the video, please like, share, subscribe, etc. All that good stuff just to help the channel grow. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you by the water very soon.